The space station floated in silence. It was bigger than any human city in space. Metal rings circled a glowing core. Soft alien lights moved, like slow breathing. Outside the wide glass walls, stars burned cold and far away. Daniel Hargreaves stood alone in the center of the meeting hall. He was not a soldier. He was not trained for war. He was a human CEO. Daniel wore a dark suit, simple and clean, no armor, no rank marks, just a man chosen to speak for Earth. His hands were calm, but his heart was not. His chest felt tight. His mouth was dry. This room decided the future of humanity. Across the hall stood an alien woman. She was tall, graceful, and still. Her skin had a soft silver glow, like moonlight on water. Her eyes were dark and deep, watching Daniel without blinking. She wore no weapons, no visible armor, just flowing clothing that moved gently as the station breathed. She was the only one in the room with power. Her species controlled Aurelian energy, a clean force that could save Earth. It could stop climate collapse, power cities, cure shortages. Without it, billions of humans would suffer in the coming decades. Daniel had come to make a deal, but the deal was dying. The negotiations are finished, the alien woman said calmly. Her voice was smooth, almost kind, but it carried weight. The sound echoed through the hall like a final door closing. Humanity is not ready. Daniel swallowed. Please, he said. We followed every condition. We opened our data, our science, our history. Yes, she replied, and that is why the answer is no. Her eyes never left his face. Humans are unstable, she continued. You are driven by fear, by anger, by pride. You destroy before you understand. Daniel felt heat rise in his chest. He wanted to argue, he wanted to shout, but he stayed quiet. She lifted one slender hand, and a glowing symbol appeared in the air. Your wars, she said, your weapons, your leaders who promise peace but prepare for violence. The symbol faded. You are not ready for what we control. The words hit him harder than any insult. Daniel thought of Earth, crowded cities, children sleeping under flickering lights, hospitals running out of power. He thought of the promise he made when he accepted this mission. I won't fail, but now he was failing. If we walk away, Daniel said slowly, millions will die in the coming years. The alien woman tilted her head slightly. Survival alone does not make a species worthy. The hall grew colder. Daniel felt the weight of every human life on his shoulders. History books would remember this moment, or they would never be written at all. The silence stretched. Then Daniel made a choice. His hand moved inside his jacket. The alien guards reacted instantly. Metal footsteps echoed. Red warning lights flashed across the ceiling. Energy barriers snapped into place. Weapons hummed as they powered on. Daniel pulled out a small weapon. It was not large, not impressive, just a simple human gun. He did not aim it at the alien woman. Not yet. This is who we are, Daniel said, his voice shaking. This is what you fear. The alien guards raised their weapons. Lower it, one of them commanded. Daniel's arm trembled as he slowly lifted the gun. Now it was aimed. The room froze. He knew what it looked like. A threat, a mistake, the start of a war that humans could never win. But Daniel was not thinking about victory. He was thinking about desperation. This gun, he said quietly, is proof of our failure and our honesty. His finger rested near the trigger. If we were monsters, he continued, we would fire without thinking. If we were fools, we would threaten you. He took a slow breath. But we are desperate. The alien woman finally reacted. She did not shout. She did not signal the guards. She looked at the weapon, then she looked at Daniel's eyes. She saw fear there. Not hatred, not rage. Fear mixed with hope. Put it down, an alien voice warned. Daniel didn't move. I am not here to hurt you, he said. I'm here to beg and to show you the truth. The station alarms grew louder. Energy fields tightened. One wrong movement and Daniel would be ash. The alien woman took a step forward. The guards shouted, "Stop!" She ignored them. She took another step. Daniel's breath caught in his throat. She was close now, close enough that he could see fine lines of light moving under her skin, close enough to feel a strange calm around her, like standing near still water. She reached out slowly. Daniel thought this was the end. Instead of fear, instead of anger, instead of death. The alien woman gently pushed the gun aside. The weapon lowered without a sound, and she stepped even closer. The entire station held its breath. The gun did not fire. Daniel's fingers stayed still. The alien woman stood so close now that Daniel could feel a strange warmth around her, like calm air after a storm. The red warning lights continued to flash, painting her silver skin in deep shadows. Slowly, carefully, she reached out. Every guard in the room stiffened. Energy weapons hummed louder. One signal, one mistake. Daniel would be gone, but the alien woman did not touch the trigger. She gently placed her hand on the side of the gun. Her touch was light, not forceful, not angry. With one smooth motion, she pushed the weapon down. The gun lowered. The alarms stopped. The guards froze in place, confused. Their training had no answer for what they were seeing. Daniel's arm dropped to his side. His breath came out in a long, shaky release. He did not know he was holding, before he could speak, before he could understand. The alien woman stepped even closer. Then she kissed him. It was soft, brief, not aggressive, not weak, just certain. The world seemed to stop. The station lights flickered. Screens along the walls froze. Security systems locked in error. The artificial intelligence that controlled the station failed to respond. Time itself felt broken. Daniel stood completely still. His thoughts vanished. The fear in his chest disappeared first, then the anger, then the weight of responsibility that had crushed him moments before. All that remained was shock. The alien woman pulled back slowly and looked into his eyes. Her face showed no shame, no regret, only calm understanding. "You passed," she said quietly. Daniel stared at her, his voice gone. Pass what? Around them, the guards did not move. They looked at one another, unsure if they were allowed to breathe. The alien woman turned slightly so all could hear her. "My people study emotions," she said, "not as weakness, as truth." She walked a few steps away, giving Daniel space, but never turning her back on him. "We believe violence reveals instinct," she continued, "but restraint reveals character." Daniel swallowed hard. "You pointed a weapon," she said. "Yes." That showed fear, desperation, honesty. She met his eyes again. "But you did not fire." The words sank deep. "You could have chosen destruction," she said. "Many species do. Most do." She raised her hand, and symbols appeared in the air. Images of broken worlds, burned cities, dead stars. They all failed. The images faded. "You hesitated," she said. "Not because you were weak, but because you were thinking of others." Daniel finally found his voice. "I was thinking of Earth." The alien woman nodded once. "Exactly." The guards slowly lowered their weapons. One of them spoke carefully. This was not in the protocol. She turned her head slightly. "That is why it matters." Daniel felt his legs weaken. He leaned back against the table behind him, trying to understand what just happened. "A test?" he asked. "You let all of this happen on purpose?" "Yes," she answered. "Our council believes first contact reveals a species' true heart." She paused. "You revealed yours." The room grew quiet again, but this time it was not tense. It was thoughtful, heavy. Daniel looked at the gun in his hand. "I never wanted to use it," he said. "I know," she replied. "How?" "Because your hands were shaking," she said gently. "A monster does not shake." Daniel closed his eyes. For the first time since arriving, he felt seen, not judged, not measured, but understood. Then the walls around them came alive. Screens lit up. Symbols flashed. Voices echoed from every direction. "The council is watching," one of the guards said quietly. Daniel's heart jumped. Above them, a massive display appeared. Tall figures filled the screen. Leaders from different alien worlds. Some looked angry, some curious, some cold. The alien woman stood straight. "I acted within my authority," she said calmly. A voice boomed through the hall. "You acted emotionally." She did not deny it. "Yes," she said, "because emotion is the point." Daniel felt very small. Billions of eyes were now on him. Not just aliens, observers, recorders, historians. "What is your judgment?" the council demanded. The alien woman looked at Daniel one last time. "You will decide," she said. The council fell silent. Daniel realized something then. This moment was bigger than energy, bigger than trade. It was about trust, and trust could not be forced. A cold voice spoke from the screen. "Human, why did you not fire?" Daniel lifted his head. "Because killing you would not save my people," he said simply. "And because if we survive by becoming monsters, then we don't deserve to survive at all." The silence that followed felt endless. The alien woman closed her eyes slowly. The council screens dimmed. "We will deliberate," the voice said. The display shut off. The room exhaled. Daniel's knees almost gave out. The alien woman stepped closer again, this time standing beside him, not in front of him. "You should know," she said softly. "That kiss changed more than this room." Daniel looked at her. "What do you mean?" She looked up at the stars beyond the glass. "It changed how the galaxy will see your kind." The silence did not last long. Across the galaxy, signals spread faster than thought. Every word, every movement, every second inside the station was recorded and shared. Observers watched from distant worlds. Leaders paused wars. Scientists stopped experiments. Entire civilizations focused on one moment. A human had aimed a gun. An alien woman had answered with a kiss. The reaction was immediate. On one world, alien leaders slammed their claws against stone tables. "This is deception," one shouted. "Humans manipulate with emotion." On another world, elders leaned forward in silence, replaying the moment again and again. "Why did he not fire?" one asked quietly. On a war-built planet, generals laughed. "Give a human power," they said, "and he will always choose violence." But the recording showed something else. It showed hesitation. It showed shaking hands. It showed a man choosing not to destroy when he easily could. Inside the station, Daniel sat alone in a small chamber. The walls were smooth and white. No windows, no guards inside. Only a single table and a soft light above him. He felt tired, not in his body, but in his soul. He had not slept. He had not eaten. His mind replayed the moment again and again. The gun, the alarms, the kiss. Did I just change history or ruin it? He wondered. The door opened silently. The alien woman entered. She moved. Slowly, carefully, as if giving him space. She sat across from him, her posture calm and respectful. "They are arguing," she said. Daniel nodded. "I expected that." "Some want to punish you," she continued. "Some want to study you. A few want to fear you." "And you?" Daniel asked. She looked at him for a long moment. "I want to understand you." Before Daniel could answer, the room changed. The walls turned dark. Light formed shapes in the air. One by one, massive figures appeared, alien leaders from dozens of species. Some were tall, some small, some made of flesh, others of light. The council had arrived. "Human," a deep voice said, "you will answer us." Daniel stood. He did not straighten his suit. He did not prepare a speech. He simply stood as himself. "Why did you bring a weapon?" one council member demanded. Daniel took a breath. "Because humans are honest about who we are. We are not perfect. We are afraid. And when we are afraid, we prepare for the worst," another voice cut in. "Then why did you not fire?" Daniel looked up at them. "Because power is not proven by pulling a trigger," he said. "It's proven by knowing when not to." Murmurs spread through the council. One figure leaned forward. "You risked everything. Your planet, your people." "Why?" Daniel's voice softened. "Because killing her would not save Earth. And because I didn't want our future to begin with murder." Silence followed. Then the questions came faster. "You say humans change," one leader said. "But your history is full of war." "Yes," Daniel replied. "We fail again and again," another voice spoke sharply. "Then why trust you?" Daniel did not hesitate. "Because we learn. Because we protect what we love. And because every time we fall, we try to stand back up." The alien woman stood. All eyes turned to her. "He speaks truth," she said. "Some leaders reacted with anger. You were influenced on." He accused. "That kiss clouded your judgment." She did not raise her voice. "No," she said. "It revealed it." She walked slowly in front of the council display. "Many species fight when threatened," she continued. "Many destroy to prove strength." She pointed toward Daniel. "He threatened," she said. "Yes, but when it mattered, he stopped." Her eyes glowed softly. "That is why humans are dangerous," the council reacted at once. "Dangerous? Explain." She nodded. "They are dangerous not because they fight, but because they can stop themselves." The room grew quiet. "Humans feel fear," she said, "but they do not always obey it. They feel anger, but they can choose mercy." She paused. "That choice changes everything." Daniel felt his chest tighten. He had never thought of it that way. A tall council member spoke slowly. "If we accept humans, we risk our future." Another replied, "If we reject them, we may lose something rare." The debate grew louder. Some demanded rejection, some demanded isolation, some demanded control. Finally, the highest council voice spoke. "We will not decide with words alone." The chamber fell silent. "We will test humanity," the voice said. Daniel's heart dropped. "A test?" he asked. "Yes," the council replied, "a final one." The alien woman turned to Daniel. Her expression was serious now. "This test will show who you truly are," she said. "Not one man, but your entire species." Daniel nodded slowly. "What do we have to do?" The council's answer was cold and clear. "You will be asked to help an enemy," the voice said. "One who hates you, one who offers nothing in return." Daniel felt the weight again. Earth, humanity, choice. "We will be watching," the council finished. The lights faded. The room returned to silence. Daniel exhaled. The alien woman placed a hand on the table between them. "Do not fear," she said softly. "This is where man's shine." Daniel looked at her. "We won't run," he said. She allowed herself a small smile. "I know, the hostile world was dying." From orbit it looked beautiful. Blue oceans, green land, white clouds, but beauty was a lie. Deep below the surface, the planet was breaking. Its energy core was unstable. Storms burned the skies. Cities lost power every day, and this world hated humans. Their leaders had once called humanity violent, selfish, and unworthy. They had voted against Earth in the council. They'd supported cutting humans out of galactic trade. Now they were desperate. The council's message was simple. "This world will collapse within weeks," the council said. "Millions will die." Daniel stood in the human command chamber on Earth, listening in silence. Screens showed the damaged cities, hospitals without power, children wrapped in thin blankets. "They asked for help?" a human advisor asked quietly. "Yes," Daniel replied, "but they offer nothing in return." Another voice spoke sharply. "This is a trap, or a test," Daniel said. The room fell quiet. Everyone knew what this meant. Sending help would cost Earth greatly. Fuel, food, medical teams, engineers, ships that Earth needed for itself, and there would be danger. The hostile world had armed groups, angry civilians, old hatred. Some might not come back. Daniel looked around the room. "We were warned," one advisor said. "They hate us." "Yes," Daniel answered, "which is why this matters." He remembered the alien woman's words. "This is where humans shine." "Do we gain energy?" another advisor asked. "No." "Technology?" "No." "Protection?" "No." Only silence followed. Daniel took a breath. "Then we go," he said. There was no cheering, no speeches, just quiet agreement. Across Earth, the decision spread. Doctors volunteered first, then engineers, then pilots, not because they were ordered, but because they chose to. Human ships launched within days. They carried no weapons, no war machines, no threats, only medical bays, food supplies, repair tools. As the ships entered alien space, cameras followed them. The galaxy watched in silence. Some expected betrayal. Some expected violence. Many expected humans to turn back. They did not. On the hostile world, fear spread quickly. "Human ships are coming," people shouted. Some ran. Some prepared weapons. Some prayed. The first human ship landed outside a broken city. Its doors opened slowly. No soldiers marched out. Only doctors in white suits. Engineers carrying tools. Aid workers holding food and water. A human medic stepped forward, hands raised. "We're here to help," she said. At first, no one moved. Then a child collapsed near the landing zone. The medic ran. She did not check if it was safe. She did not wait for approval. She knelt and began treatment. Others followed. Human doctors worked day and night. Engineers repaired power grids under burning skies. Food was shared freely. Water was cleaned and given away. Some humans were attacked. One ship was damaged by a riot. Still, they stayed. "We don't leave," a human engineer said when asked. "Not now." Above it all, the alien woman watched. She stood in a quiet observation chamber, viewing the scenes on floating screens. She saw humans pulling strangers from rubble. She saw doctors refusing rest. She saw pilots staying grounded to help carry supplies. "They hate us," one human volunteer said on a broadcast, "but they still need help." The alien woman felt something shift inside her. Her people believed survival was earned. Humans believed it was shared. Days passed. The planet stabilized. Storms weakened, power returned, hospitals filled with light again. The hostile world survived. And something else happened. The people who once hated humans began to watch them die. Differently, a hostile leader stood before the council broadcast. "We were wrong," he said slowly. "They owed us nothing. Yet they came." The galaxy listened. The alien woman turned away from the screen and looked out into space. She understood now. Humans did not help because it was safe. They did not help because it was profitable. They helped because someone was suffering. Behind her, council voices began to gather. "They risked themselves," one said. "They gained nothing," another added. "They protected enemies," a third whispered. The highest council voice spoke. "This changes things." The alien woman closed her eyes. She remembered the gun, the hesitation, the choice. "This is their true strength," she said quietly. The council fell silent. Far away, human ships finally began to return home. Some were damaged, some were empty, but Earth did not regret the choice. On the hostile world, children waved as the ships lifted off. The test was complete. Back in the council chamber, the final decision was being prepared. And soon, the galaxy would decide what place humanity truly deserved among the stars. The council chamber was silent. Not the tense silence of danger, not the loud silence of anger. This silence was heavy. It was the kind of silence that came before history changed. Daniel stood alone in the center of the chamber once again. No guards, no weapons, no alarms. The gun was gone. The fear was still there, but quieter now. Above him, the council appeared in full form. Dozens of alien leaders from across the galaxy. Some glowed with light. Some were wrapped in metal. Some looked almost human. Others nothing like it. Every eye was on him. Every world was listening. The highest council voice spoke. "Human representative," it said, "your species has completed the test." Daniel kept his head high. "We did what we believed was right. You helped a world that opposed you," the voice continued. "You spent lives, resources, and time. You gained nothing." Daniel nodded. "We gained something." The council waited. "We proved to ourselves who we want to be," Daniel said. Murmurs spread through the chamber. Another council member spoke. "Many species help only allies. Many demand payment. Many abandon enemies." "Yes," Daniel replied. "Humans used to do that too." The word surprised some of the council. "Used to?" one asked. Daniel took a breath. "We are learning." The chamber grew quiet again. The alien woman stepped forward. She stood beside Daniel now, not above him, not across from him. "I have observed humanity closely," she said. "Not just their actions, their intent." She turned toward the council. "They fear loss," she continued. "They fear failure. They fear becoming monsters." She paused. "And that fear keeps them human." Some council members reacted with confusion, others with interest. She lifted her hand and images filled the air. Human doctors treating alien children. Engineers repairing cities under fire. Volunteers refusing to leave when attacked. "They were not ordered," she said. "They chose." The images faded. "The question was never whether humans are dangerous," she continued. "They are." Daniel stiffened slightly. "But so is every species with power," she added. "The difference is this. Humans question themselves." She turned to Daniel. "That hesitation you showed," she said. "That restraint. That choice not to fire." She looked back at the council. "That is why they deserve a place among us." The chamber filled with quiet discussion. Voices overlapped. Opinions clashed. "They will grow too fast. They will disrupt balance. They will challenge us." Then a new voice spoke, old, calm, "Or they will remind us who we once were." The council slowly fell silent. The highest voice returned. "We have reached a decision." Daniel's heart pounded. "Humanity will be accepted," the voice declared, "not as servants, not as students." Daniel held his breath. "But as equals." The words echoed across the chamber, across space, across Earth. Daniel closed his eyes. He had done it. The council continued. "Trade routes will open. Technology will be shared. Energy access will be granted." Earth's future changed in that moment. Cities would live. Children would grow. Humanity would not fall alone. But the voice was not finished. "Humanity will also be watched," it said. Closely, Daniel opened his eyes. "That's fair." A few council members reacted with something close to amusement. The council display faded. The chamber returned to quiet. Daniel let out a long breath he felt he had been holding for years. The alien woman turned to him. "This is where we part," she said softly. "Is it?" Daniel asked. She smiled slightly. For now, they walked together through a quiet corridor overlooking space. Stars stretched endlessly before them. No guards followed. No weapons stood between them. Just two beings who had changed the galaxy. Daniel stopped near the glass. "I still don't understand something," he said. She looked at him. "Ask. That kiss," he said. "Why?" She was silent for a moment. "That kiss," she said slowly, "was not weakness." Daniel waited. "It was recognition," she finished. "Recognition of what?" he asked. "Of restraint," she said, "of empathy, of a species standing at a crossroads." She looked at him directly. "You were ready to destroy," she said. "And you chose not to." Daniel nodded. "It didn't feel heroic." "It never does," she replied. They stood in silence, watching distant stars. "What happens now?" Daniel asked. "Now," she said, "the galaxy will change." "How?" he asked. She turned toward the stars. "Some will trust you. Some will fear you. Some will try to control you." She looked back at him. "But none of them will ignore you again." Daniel felt the weight of that truth. Humans were no longer invisible, no longer dismissed. They were seen, and that was both a gift and a danger. She stepped back. "This is not the end of your story," she said. "It is the beginning of how others will test you." Daniel smiled faintly. "Humans are used to being tested." She nodded once, then she turned and walked away, her silver form fading into the light of the station. Daniel stood alone, staring into space. Earth was safe for now. Across the galaxy, new eyes turned toward humanity, some with hope, some with fear, because the species that chose mercy at gunpoint was now part of the stars, and not everyone was ready for that. Human ships left the station in quiet lines. They did not leave with celebration. They did not fire weapons or light the sky. They left calmly, silver docking arms released one by one. Engines glowed softly. The ships turned toward the stars, carrying doctors, engineers, pilots, and tired people who had changed history without trying to. From the great observation hall, the alien woman watched them go. She stood alone now. The council had ended. The votes were cast. The future had shifted. But she remained, looking through the wide glass window as the last human ship disappeared into the dark. She felt something unfamiliar. Respect. Across the galaxy, reactions spread quickly. On peaceful worlds, leaders spoke with hope. Humans choose restraint, they said. They may be trusted. On fearful worlds, alarms were raised. A species that can stop itself, they warned, is more dangerous than one that cannot. Some species rushed to open trade. Others closed borders. Some prepared gifts. Others prepared defenses. Humanity had stepped onto the galactic stage, and the galaxy did not know what to do with THM. Back on Earth, Daniel Hargreaves stood on a balcony overlooking the planet. Blue oceans curved below him. City lights glittered like stars of their own. The world felt quieter now, not safer, not perfect, but steadier. Messages poured in from every nation. Scientists spoke of new energy flowing into Earth's systems. Hospitals stayed bright through the night. Power grids stabilized. Food production increased. Earth would live. But Daniel knew survival was only the first step. A human advisor stood beside him. "They're still watching us," she said. Daniel nodded. "They always will." "Some worlds are afraid," she continued. Daniel looked out at the horizon. "That's understandable. Others want alliances." Daniel smiled slightly. "That's understandable, too." The advisor hesitated. "Do you think we passed?" Daniel thought of the gun, the kiss, the hesitation. "I don't think this was about passing," he said. "I think it was about choosing who we are." Far away, aboard the alien station, the alien woman turned from the window. Another alien official approached her. "You defended them strongly," he said. "Yes," she replied. "Do you trust them?" he asked. She was quiet for a moment. "I trust their struggle," she said finally. He did not understand. "Their struggle?" She nodded. "Humans fight themselves every day." She walked slowly through the hall. "They feel fear and anger like all species," she continued. "But they question those feelings. They argue with them. They resist them." She stopped. "That inner battle is their strength." The official frowned. "They still carry weapons, so do we," she replied. She turned back toward the stars. "But when a human holds a weapon," she said, "there is a chance they will lower it." The official said nothing. On distant worlds, the story of the gun spread. Some told it as a warning, some as a lesson, some as a myth, a human CE. Oh, an alien woman. A moment where destruction was possible, and yet it did not happen. Children on different planets asked their elders, why didn't he shoot? The elders gave different answers. Because he was afraid, because he was weak, because he was kind. But the alien woman knew the truth. It was because he was human. Weeks passed. Human ships traveled farther than ever before. Some were welcomed with open gates. Others were stopped and questioned. In a few places, humans were turned away. They accepted all of it. They did not demand trust. They earned it. On Earth, Daniel watched new stars appear on navigation maps, places humans had never dreamed of reaching. He thought of the weight that now rested on humanity's shoulders. We have power now, one world leader told him. What do we do with it? Daniel answered honestly. We learn not to misuse it. That answer spread too. The alien woman received reports daily. Humans helping rebuild distant stations. Humans sharing food tech. Humans refusing to take control even when offered. They are slow, one alien complained. Yes, she said, slow to choose violence. She returned again and again to the same memory. A gun raised, a finger near the trigger, a man who stopped. That moment had rewritten everything one evening. As stars drifted past the station, she recorded a final observation for the galactic archives. Her voice was calm, clear. Humans are not powerful because of their weapons, she said. She paused. They are powerful because they choose mercy under pressure. The recording ended. Far across space, Daniel stood alone once more, looking at the night sky of Earth. He thought of the alien woman, of the council, of the test. He did not feel like a hero. He felt like a man who had been given another chance. Humanity had been given one too, and this time they would try to be worthy of it.